So because I tried to do the thing of doing this on the side while also working at a law firm, and it is hard. I know some people who are able to manage this better. There's I know someone who works for Indra Jaising Parasnath Singh. He does really good work for her, like as a litigating lawyer, but he also writes for the leaflet and kind of runs a lot of the things which they do on their side. Then I know there's many younger people who are trying to do a mix of things, with bar and bench and live law as well, along with doing their practices, trying to like get into practice and stuff. So it's possible. And I think it definitely does open up a new option for people to kind of get into, rather than just the standard option which you think of in law school. I will caveat it by saying that, I mean, obviously there are going to be a lot more jobs in law firms and in litigation and in any other kind of sphere as compared to legal journalism. It is definitely a very big part of journalism today, and every newsroom is looking to have people. And now that we have dedicated news portal, like legal news portals, there are jobs to be found, but it's not obviously going to be the same kind of numbers that it's going to be elsewhere. So if anyone is interested in it, they have to be a bit aware that it's not going to be very easy to make that like your sole career. If you want, there's definitely scope to do things, to do a hybrid kind of thing. And if you really, really want to do it, then I think, you can even look to pursue it full time. But as I said, I'm just making it clear here that, that like, people should be aware that it's not that you're going to get, the way you get almost a certain number of like corporate law placements in a year and that kind of thing. That's not going to obviously be here because the numbers are much smaller. At the same time, yes, the Indian legal news sphere right now is a great opportunity. It is a great place to kind of get into. And if you have in fact got the ability to kind of get your foot in the door and talk to organizations about joining them, you can, there's a lot to kind of, push out there, there's the space for explainers, which is required. There's video explainers required, text explainers. There's the thing for like quick reporting on cases. There's, like quick analysis when a judgment comes out to check and see whether it, satisfies earlier precedent or not. There's a lot of like things that you can kind of work around with, and you can always now I think go to organizations that kind of pitch that as an idea. And, more and more newsrooms are now getting more and more like legal reporters as part of their thing. Like earlier it used to be like you'd have one person who would be covering Supreme Court, one person is covering high courts, in each like sort of press bureau in a city. And then you'd have one person covering the local courts. Now there's slowly an understanding that you might need more for the Supreme Court, you might need more for the high courts, you might need more for the lower courts, because there's so many cases to cover which are of great public interest, right? So I do see that the opportunities are there for you to look at it as a full-time alternative career. But even if you feel that that's not something which you can manage to do, there's definitely a huge scope for doing this kind of work as at least like a part-time, a side kind of thing, and it's you don't have to look at it even as a side gig. It's part of it could be part of sort of your personality and your sort of focus in your career as giving yourself a public-facing option. But yeah, so the scope and the opportunities are definitely larger here now that there are than in many other countries. But yes, as I said, please be a little bit careful before you make that choice. Think very carefully about whether you want to do it.